Hey, and welcome to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is a YouTube show that I do where I showcase my comic book hauls, comic book speculations, stuff from my weekly pull list, and I'll even showcase stuff from my comic book collection. So in this week's episode, I'm going to showcase a bunch of stuff that I got from a small con that happened over the weekend. And before I go into all that, why not, if you like this video, give it a like. If you have any questions on what you see or just have, something to say about the video, leave a comment. Of course, be respectful. And why not become part of the You Love Comic Book conversation and become a subscriber? I try to do a weekly episode or every other week, depending on the haul or what I'm showcasing. Um, Also, I have links in my, if you look in the YouTube caption or stuff, depending on how you're looking at it, uh, you'll see a link to my Instagram, You Love Comic Books, where I'll showcase, individually the books and stuff that I'm selling on eBay. I even have a link for my eBay where right now I'm selling a lot of old collections, some indie books, some old image titles, a lot of good stuff, a lot of toys. So check out the link there. All right. Before I even get into the haul, I'll just show you some of my weekly pull lists. So nothing too long or crazy, but first one, Thor 25. This is the second part of Banner of War. I don't buy Thor. I mean, it's a book that I know Donny Cates and I have a couple issues in the line. I just didn't pick it up. I wish if I did, it's like some of those books. I missed issue one, and then like 5 or 6 or something. It was going for like $70. It was like crazy. I think it's calmed down a bit, but I don't know. But he did a crossover with Thor. I mean, with Hulk, which is what he's writing also. And I really liked the Banner of War Alpha. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick up Thor Part Two, and issue 25, and then I think Thor 26. It's good. I mean, if you like the Donny Cates run on Thor and then the Hulk, you're really gonna like this. So far, this has been a fun uh, team up or whatever you want, crossover event among the two titles. So I'm happy to get it. Fantastic Four 43. This is I got the variant cover. I found it interesting, so I just picked that one up instead. This is part of the Reckoning War because it's the variant cover. They don't have that on here. It's such kind of funny. They left the Reckoning War part on here. It's good. I like it. I don't really know if I have anything else to say. I'm debating when I'm gonna bail on the series. I might just write it out to issue 700 now. I know you're like, that's issue 43. What are you, nuts? But it says, if you look at it, the legacy number is 688. So you know that they are getting ramped up for issue 700 of Fantastic Four. So, I don't know. We'll see if I stick around for it. Avenger, here's a free comic book day book that I missed. I went to a store and they had a stack of these. This is one of the ones I've been wanting to get. So this is like a prelude to Judgment Day. They also have like a little, this is supposedly the first appearance of Blade's daughter. I read it. It's fine. I'm not going to read the series or anything like that, but happy to have it. I mean, it was free. Speaking of free, I didn't get a chance to read this one yet, but happy to grab that. And yeah, I'm going to go, before I get into the convention haul, I do have a couple books that I grabbed at some local stores over the week before the convention. Fantastic Four 186, Enter the Salem 7. So if you've watched other episodes, this is the 28th episode of You Love Comic Books. I have showcased that this is my third copy of this book. Now, some will say this is a stupid spec to get. And maybe they're right. I only paid $3 for this one, or maybe $4. I don't know. The store was kind of weird. It was either, but not expensive. And the funny thing is, so the first copy I got, if you saw it a couple of months ago, I paid $10 for that one, and that was probably the worst condition copy. And that's when it was like the hottest, of course. And then, like 2 months ago, I found another copy that was better, nothing great, for 5. Now, the funny thing is, this is the best condition copy I got. And this one was like $3 or $4. So it's kind of funny. I think this is gonna be the last one I get, unless I see it for like 50 cents, and then it's like a 9.10 condition or something. I don't know, but who knows? The Agatha Harkness series is something that Disney Plus is making. Now everyone's claiming like no one cares about the first appearance anymore and all that. It's not dead. The minute they put out a trailer, everyone's gonna go nuts. If these characters are in it, there is a possible chance that a version of these characters will be in that series. Hey, I will be sitting on a small treasure. So who knows? Who knows? That's the game when you play a little spec. Now I'm not doing anything stupid here. I only paid like $3. I didn't run out. It's been 100, and you know. Speaking of another book, Fantastic Four 209. Now, what's important about this book, besides thing being tearing us apart, which if you've ever seen the room where he goes, "You're tearing me apart." It's from this. This is why this is a key issue. Actually, I'm kidding. This is the first appearance of Herbie the Robot. If anyone remembers the 70s Hanna-Barbera Fantastic Four cartoon, the Human Torch was not in the series. Herbie the Robot was there. And the reason why was because supposedly some kid lit himself up on fire so he could be the Human Torch. Now, this is probably one of those like urban legends. It might not, I think it might be some truth to it, because in like issue 286 Fantastic Four, John Byrne did a storyline, or a story, I'm pretty sure it was John Byrne, where the Human Torch befriends this kid, and he's like this like nerdy kid who buys comics and stuff like that, and he lights himself on fire, and it's like a really sad comic. I remember reading that as a kid. It was very depressing. But so yeah, that's why we had Herbie the Robot in the cartoon and not the Human Torch. So I guess they decided, let's bring him into the series. And Herbie's kind of showed up here and there over the decades. So happy to have this one. I only paid 5 for it, and it's in really nice condition. All right, real quick, last few before the haul. Silver Surfer 117. This has kind of been like led to Silver Surfer's. I don't know if you read Silver Surfer Black, but they kind of tie it back to this issue a bit. Got it for $2. It's in great condition. Happy to have it. And then last one before the convention haul, Hulk 278. So Hulk 278. This is the around this time, Banner kind of like takes over the Hulk. So the Hulk is smart, and he's basically Bruce Banner's the Hulk. This predates the Peter David Banner Hulk story from issue 377. I mean, like, it's literally like 100 issues earlier. And it was a great storyline, and it led to like issue 300, where the Hulk is like, Nightmare comes in, the villain Nightmare makes the Hulk insane. So if you see the corner box of this, after like issue 289, you see him as Professor Hulk, and he starts to like, each issue is kind of cool. The corner box, they show him like ripping apart the costume, and he turns into like a full-on Savage Hulk by issue 300. Now, why did I get this? I already had this one, but this is a better condition copy. The reason why I got it is because the Silver Surfer, the She-Hulk trailer dropped recently, and there's a list of, She-Hulk interacts with the Hulk in the trailer. Hulk's going to be a big part of it. I mean, the origin of She-Hulk has to do with Hulk. Banner gives her blood. I don't know if they're going to follow that 100% in the series. We'll find out. 282 of Hulk has been the big issue. That's the cover where She-Hulk and Hulk are fighting like a robot on the cover. That's like their team up. But technically, 278 is the first issue where She-Hulk is on the cover with the Hulk. Now, it's not as exciting of a team up to have, but I do believe that this book is going to pick up because, one, you get the Smart Hulk, which is what he's going to be in the series, interacting with She-Hulk, and this is the first cover. Now, here we go. First convention now the little small con I went to. The fun thing about it was there was a storm that came in Colorado in the end of May. We got a ton of snow, and then it literally melted the next day. I didn't know if we were gonna go, if I was gonna go to this convention or not, but it ended up being okay. I guess that's I'm new to Colorado. I don't know if that's a common thing where it'll snow one day and melt. It was 90 degrees the day before the snow, so that was kind of weird. But I do enjoy looking at it as long as it's not destructive and no one gets hurt. Snow is beautiful. So here we go. First convention book. Got this one for $3. This one, again, this is a Smart Hulk. And there's She-Hulk on the cover. And this predates issue 282. Now, 282 is a very cool cover of them fighting. But again, there she is, right next to the Hulk. So you had this issue where She-Hulk is on the cover with the Hulk there. And now they're kind of looking at you, sort of. And then 282 is the one where they're fighting a robot together. So again, happy to have this. I think I know I had this one already, but this is a much better condition copy. Silver Surfer 44. I've been wanting to get this one for a long time. They had it for 30. I asked if they could do lower. They did 25. This is in really, really nice condition. I don't know, 9.6 maybe. I don't know. Now, this is the first Infinity Gauntlet, or considered the first Infinity Gauntlet in comics. So this is like the true start of the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. I think it kind of follows Thanos' quest. But yeah, this has been a big key. This is probably I would say this is probably the most expensive issue out of that entire line of Silver Surfer Volume 3. I mean, 34. Is it 34? I think that's the one when Thanos comes back from the dead. So, happy to have it. I've been wanting to get this one for a long time, and I'm happy to get it in the condition that I did. Iron Man 161, the Moon Knight appearance. I've been wanting to get this one for a while. This booth had a half-off sale, so they had this for $6, but it was really $3. I would say it's like a medium, very fine VF. Or VF minus, whatever. Oh my god, I'm losing words here. Regardless, happy to have it. I've been wanting to get this one for a long time. And for $3, great. Here's another one I've been wanting to get. This one is issue 149. This is leading to issue 150, which is the big Doctor Doom Iron Man issue. That's a big key in this volume of Iron Man. This one goes for a decent amount too. Happy to get this one. He had it for 10, but again, half off at his boot, so it was only 5. It's decent. I'd say it's it's got this little bend here and some ticks, but happy to get it and the price. And I never see this book in stores. 149 is a hard book to get. So happy to get it at the convention. All right, here we go. This was at one booth. I went through things, and I was kind of nervous because, he didn't have a lot of prices on this book, and I was like, oh, no. This could go in any direction. It could either be awesome or it's going to be awful, you know what I mean? You bring them up, and they're just, looking at eBay or something stupid, and they're asking for ridiculous prices, and it's, pricey books. But I looked through it, found some good stuff, and you'll see in a minute why I continued to look after I found one book. So, Poe Dameron, number 1. It's considered BB-8's first appearance. I don't know how this works in the timeline. I mean, Force Awakens comic, I guess, didn't. This might have come out before the Force Awakens. What do you call it? Adaptation comic. So, cool to have it. It's Moon Knight and Star Wars. It's a Oscar Isaac joke, I guess. Uncanny X-Men 184. This is an improvement copy. I already had this one, but mine was pretty crappy. It was water damage or something. I don't even know. It's just not in good condition. This one's in great condition, and it was only $2. Now the importance of this issue was this is the first appearance of Forge. So kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. Kind of goes for way more than $2. So happy to have it. Speaking of a book that kind of blew up, but it kind of calmed down. I think this character, Rintra, is that his name? Rintra, I think his name. He's like he was the ox or bull, whatever you want to call him, in the new Doctor Strange movie. He's a character, like Wundagore, I think. It's like these humanoid animals. And he was in the movie, but he wasn't like that big of a deal. That's not him on the cover. But it was 8. It's in excellent condition. Book still goes for like 20, 30, $40 or whatever. I'm sure it's calmed down a bit. But I'd say it's still a big issue to get because this is the last issue of this series too. So it's the last issue of Doctor Strange volume. I guess it's considered volume 1. Strange Tales changes over to Doctor Strange, but number 1 comes out in the 70s, early 70s. So happy to have it. This one I've been looking for a long time. This one was only 8 too. Marvel Feature presents The Thing and the Incredible Hulk. Any of these old Hulk battles going back to like the early 70s to 60s are like must grabs, especially if you get them for a good price. This is a decent condition copy. It's not perfect, but still really nice. I mean, it's got a little bendy there, but like, for a 20-cent title, this is in really nice condition. And I've seen this book go for way more in worse condition than the price for this one. So happy to have this. Tales of Suspense 98, Captain America and Iron Man. This is one, besides being a classic cover, this is also the very first appearance of Whitney Frost. I'm pretty sure I'm getting the name right. You can correct me. She's the one who will end up becoming Madame Mask. Not last episode, but the episode before, maybe? I don't know. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll notice that I got the first appearance of Madame Mask, which is Iron Man 17. Now, the thing is that her Whitney Frost, though, I thought her first issue was Iron Man 1. I guess that's when you learn her name. But she shows up for the first time in this comic, which is Tales of Suspense 98. Which, to be fair, Iron Man basically takes over. Iron Man 1 takes over after issue 99 of Tales of Suspense, and then Captain America became issue 100, and that's when the series went on. This book's not it's an okay condition. It goes for a lot. So he had it for 24, and I was fine with that, but I'll tell you all in a second how much I got these books for really, because that was not the actual prices that I just listed. So this is the big one. This is why I continued looking in his books. He had this one for 60. This is considered the second appearance of the Abomination, but the first cover. So 90 is his first appearance. Now, the way these books operated, especially in the last issues, they would kind of go back and forth. Like, one issue would have Samara cover, the next issue would have a Hulk cover. So the issue 90, which is Abomination's first appearance, he's not on the cover because it's a Samara cover. So this is the Hulk cover, and this is like just an amazing classic cover. I remember going to a store when I was this store in Wantagh, Long Island that closed down decades ago, and I'd go there all the time as a kid, and I bought a couple old Tales of Astonish. And part of me just wishes that I bought them all, because they had this and they had the Silver Surfer, and I would have gotten them for $3. And part of me is like, man, if you were so dumb, spend $3 on this instead of some dumb Rob Liefeld Image comic from 1992. You know what I mean? And you would own all these awesome Tales of Astonish books. I mean, I don't remember what the condition was like. I'm sure they were fine. And it's just funny, but that's how it works, I was just a kid. Got to get the new hot comic, I thought Abomination looked funny on this cover when I was a kid. I was like, why does he look so weird? Now I look at him, I'm like, that's amazing. This is amazing artwork, I mean, look at that. Look at the colors. Look at the energy coming off and the logos. So, at the convention, these books, he ended up giving to me for 80 altogether. So, like I said, this was listed 60. And he wanted 24 for this. 8, 2, and 2. And those were, I mean, these are great prices on these books, and honestly, this is a great price in this book too. I would say this is like a good, like, this might be like a 5, which is not bad for this. Like, this should go, even at 60, this should go for a lot more. So for 80 bucks, I was like, wow. This is why, I learned too. When you go to these shows, bring cash, because the dealers and stuff, cash is king, and they'll give you a discount if you bring cash. So happy to find all these. Almost done with the haul. This was at a different booth. Hulk 177. This is another comic that I already had years ago when I was a kid. This is an improvement copy. Happy to get this. The one I had would probably be like a 4, maybe at best, a 3.5. This one was, I would say this is like an 8.5, almost a 9. This is really nice. And this one, besides being a super early Warlock appearance, it's also that continues the storyline after they cancel Warlock after issue 8. So kind of a key in the whole Warlock storyline. And he had it for 25. And then he had this one. I've been missing a couple of these issues. This one's probably like a 5, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a grader. This is a classic. In any old Doctor Doom's, like 60s appearance, any 60s appearance of Doctor Doom, where he appears in like Daredevil or the Hulk or any of these series that it's not Fantastic Four, are going to pick up, especially because they're going to bring him into the MCU. Doctor Doom's going to be, hopefully they do it right. Hopefully he's a little bit better than the guy who was in those cheesy Fantastic Four movies from the early mid-2000s, or that god-awful one from the Josh Trank one that no one remembers. So he had this one for 25. That was a great price. I said, can you do 40 for both? And I had cash. He said yes. So I would say I got a really good deal on those, 20 each. I've seen this book in worse condition go for like 45. So happy to have it. And then he had a stack of books that he didn't put out yet. And I saw it. I said, hey, can I look through the pile? And he said, sure. So happy to grab this guy. He had it for 30. I said, could you do 25? He said, sure. And, cash helped, of course. Now, happy to get this one, Champions #1. This is, I feel like, the one, besides it being just an amazing cover, it's one of the weirdest comics. Like, this team is insane. You got Ghost Rider, Angel, Iceman, Black Widow, and Hercules. These were all, like, characters that were like, I don't know. This was like, so it's 25 cents, so it's probably like 1974. They're probably like, we don't know what to do with these characters. Let's make a team. I think Ghost Rider is in his own solo title at this point. There was no X-Men books at this time, but they were trying to push some of these X-Men characters. Iceman and Angel would pop up here and there. Beast had his own little run in Amazing Adventures, I think that's the title, where they kind of went for a more like monster element. That's when he became furry. And then Black Widow was a character they were trying to float around for years. And then you had Hercules. I think this series only lasted like 16 issues, and then they, rebooted it in the like 2018 or whatever. I think this is going to become a big book to get. I've seen it I've been wanting to get this one for years. It's one of those like classic team issues that I just like forgot to get. Like, I was like, I love the cover. It's like super dynamic. And I just feel like it's it's gonna blow up. They're gonna do something with it. The Champions is a great title. It's a great name. Who knows? We'll see. Happy to have it anyway. Happy to get it at the price that I did. So yeah, that was I think I did really good at this comic convention. I will try to go to more of them in the future if I can. So yeah, happy to have these. So great. Yeah. So, on that note, why not become a subscriber? You're going to see right now in a link to an old episode, another episode, and then a subscribe button. And, if you like the video, give it a like, leave a comment. All right, well, on that note, have a good one, and later. Bye.